Good morning, y'all, y buenos dias. My name is Jen and I am a mama to 3 kiddos, a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a almost 10-month-old. And so today I wanted to share a huge collective homeschool haul. I'm like super excited. These are a bunch of things that I've slowly collected, that I've purchased, that I was gifted. So it's just a big combination of all kinds of stuff. So my 5-year-old will be starting kindergarten this year, and then my 7-year-old will be starting the 2nd grade. And so it's around that level. And this isn't everything that we'll be using for them. This is just things that I've collected so far. I will be making a full what curriculums we'll be using for each kiddo, being that we kind of pull from all kinds of stuff. If you're interested in that, I will be filming that soon. So I'm gonna try to kind of go about this in an organized fashion, and I'll try to link everything down below. Again, a lot of this stuff was thrifted. Some of this stuff my mom bought for me or my mother-in-law, and so it's all over the place, but I'll try to link where it can be purchased below. So we're gonna start off with, I guess, like a little grammar bit. This is for my 7-year-old. So I found this and I was super interested in it. It's called the Dragon Grammar Book, and it's like a story. It's like a story. And so I think that that's one of the things that I'm trying to incorporate more of this year. We follow a very eclectic kind of unschooling, child-led, unit study-based learning. A lot of literature, a lot of books, y'all. If y'all have been following me for a while, that's our focus. I love books that are like this, where the kiddos can get into it as a storyline, but are getting so much out of it, especially when it comes to kind of topics like this. Luna reads at about a 4th grade level. We're getting more into the structural composition of writing and that kind of jazz. And so I really wanted to get something that kind of would push that. But I'm super interested in how this is laid out. The very beginning has all of, like what is a motif? What is an interjection? All of these little things. So I'm super excited to see how this goes. Going along with the grammar, we're actually at level 2 of gentle grammar this year. We did the first one and it was a breeze. It was beautiful. It's the exact same layout, just kind of leveling up. This is very Charlotte Mason inspired. So there's dictation, there's copy work. They were not wrong when they said very gentle approach to language arts. I just feel like when students are already inclined to enjoy this kind of stuff, you don't need to really drill it. My Luna, she loves reading, and so I didn't want to make it into a negative thing when it comes to grammar, because I know a lot of people are just like, oh, about it. I wanted it to be more so like, oh, this is a puzzle, let's see if we can kind of figure it out kind of thing. I had an amazing teacher whenever I was growing up. Dr. Johnson, shout out. Anyone who ever took him was always like, oh, he was such a hard ass, but he was so awesome. And like, he really was. And he was the one who inspired me to like really enjoy the syntax of things. And so I only hope that Luna would be able to enjoy it that way. But I really enjoyed the first one of this, and so we're just gonna keep going with this series. It's just like a page a day kind of thing. And obviously with things like this, if you are unschooling or if you are just more of a free flow, it's really beneficial to kind of have like a layout sometimes. Sometimes you do want things that are a little bit more open and go. We do a lot of this kind of work in our notebooking, but it's also like pretty convenient just to have something like this. And the next thing that we got was Grammar and Punctuation, the Visual Guide by DK. You already know I'm obsessed with all of the DK reference books. I got this, and I also got the math one of this one. So I'm very, very excited to have something like this that is very to the point, but beautiful. And DK just really knows how to make reference books. That's just... And so I'm really excited about this. This is kind of going to be one of our spines in terms of just like going back and forth to this, and just a really good starting point to be able to kind of dig into other things. So I'm very excited about this. And then for Kwali, who is 5, I got the Explode the Code 1. So Luna did Explode the Code. She's on 4, I believe now. And it's just a classic. It's a classic for a reason. It's super simple and very repetitive, which is what you want when they're first mastering these skills, especially when it comes to their phonetic awareness, to their simple decoding. And so he was super excited about it because we did, I think it's called like Before the Code or something like that. It's the one that comes right before this. And he loved it. And it looks so similar to what Luna was doing. And so he was really excited about, getting his first one, his first real one. And again, Luna worked through these, and we also worked through the halves of these. I didn't know that that was a thing until we were about to get the second one. I was like, oh wait, there's a 1.5. And so that's something that if you have littler kids that are learning, I know that sometimes you want to really make sure that they've mastered those skills. There's a half that goes along with these. And this one goes from before the code, which is ABC, and then it goes all the way up to 8. And there's halves in between all of those. So tons and tons of practice. And again, very simple, very repetitive, which is what they need in this stage. And then for handwriting, I found the Dash into Learning series, which is just so beautiful, y'all. I cannot get over just how cute and just lovely the illustrations are. And so I found this Dash into Learning series, and they do reading, writing, spelling, poetry, and I believe emotional development. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. And so I got the handwriting. I got 1, 2, and 3. I think that Luna kind of was like, but I want one of those. So we might end up giving her the 3 just so that she can have it. So this is what Kwali will be working with. And also got the Dash into Learning reading. We have been using All About Reading, and we've also been using Elemental Phonics by JDA, and those are just fantastic, tried and true. That's how I taught Luna how to read, was through JDA's method of just phonemic awareness, you know, and she made a little book, and I'll link that down below because that's what we've been using. And so Kwali's able to read simple sentences. I really enjoy doing these lessons with him, and he loves it, and so did Luna. And so I don't mind having multiple things going on at the same time because to them it's just fun. And so yeah, so I got, and it comes in a little tote bag, so like obviously I needed it. So this is the Dash into Learning reading. It comes with these little readers, and each reader comes with an entire packet. I printed all this out. It comes with an entire packet of little activities that go with each reader. And so for this little book, Matt the Ram, there's little finger puppets and maybe a recipe. See, there's like a little and maze, and maybe draw the line to match, and just like, look how cute. It's a little finger play that we're gonna do with that. Each story has a little packet. Look how beautiful that is. And so I'm super excited. We already started this one just because we couldn't wait. And we have this one, and we have little readers, and it comes with several little readers that, I'll open this real quick, that goes over the letter sounds that they will be doing, and the letter blends, and maybe a sight word that they will have within this story. So kind of Bob Book style, where like they kind of gradually go along. And so we were really excited about that. So as I mentioned, we also got the poetry for it. So this is, ow, I totally just cut myself, y'all. I'm wounded on the staple. Anyways, so we also got the poetry, and this is a little activity book that I printed out that goes along with each poetry reading. And so it comes with the little poetry books, and the illustrations are just so charming and pretty. And we're gonna go over it and then do the little activity that goes along with it. So I'm very excited about that. And speaking of poetry, I got a child's book of poems. I love this collection. I found this it's literally called the Homeschool store in Houston. It's in North Houston, and we were over there, and it was a dream. It was a dream. I highly, highly recommend that store. It is massive, and half of it is used curriculum, half of it is used books, and so the price is just phenomenal. And you can go and turn in some of your old guidebooks or just books, and they'll give you credit. I mean, just a dream. I cannot wait to go back again. So I found this, and it's just stunning. It's so pretty, and we are a big poetry read aloud family, and so I cannot pass up a good poetry collection. And so we got this, and we also got this one, which is called Sing a Song of Seasons, a nature poem for each day of the year. And it's beautiful, it's a chunker, so each day we'll be able to go in and figure out what poem it is, and we'll read it out loud, and we'll dissect it, and we'll see how we feel. We might do an illustration based on it. I think that poetry reading is super, super important. It seems like such a side thing, but for us it's so important to value the oral oral tradition. A lot of cultures around the world still emphasize it, and I feel like we as Western modern culture just doesn't value it anymore. And so I try to emphasize that as much as possible. Most of our existence as human beings has been passing oral stories, has been passing legends and folklore and all of this for millennia. And so I think that it's super important for children to be able to not only see stories and understand them, but just feel them. When someone's reading to you, I'm gonna go on a tangent, but when someone is reading something to you, or just, you know, having these stories told to you, it's something so profoundly changing and so inspiring, and just all of the things, especially when it comes to young children. I feel like I said, oftentimes all of these things are kind of seen as like a side thing, and it really shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. Inspiring your children with art and poetry should not be a side thing. If anything, it should be the main thing. And so I'm super excited about this one. This one, I have been having my eyes on for forever, and my mom ended up buying it for me, and I was just so excited. It's called Slow Down, 50 Mindful Moments in Nature, and I wish you could feel this book because it is so luxurious feeling. And I actually got a little curriculum that goes along with this, and so I will link that one down below. I haven't printed it out yet or anything, but it is a little activity for each mindful moment. So it's a little activity, it's a poetry reading, it's a craft that goes along with each one. So each one is like its own little lesson, which again, we're very unit study, very child-led, and these are all the things that my kids just eat up. And so when I found out that there were little lessons that someone had created to go along with this, I was just, I mean, look at this, y'all. It really doesn't get better than that. And so it kind of goes and explains what is happening. A horse galloping through the meadow. Moss. Like, I mean, just top tier right here. And so I'm super excited. If y'all want, I will probably end up doing a flip through of all that printout that goes along with this, because I'm just so inspired by things like this, just because they just suck you in, and there's so much opportunity for knowledge to be shared when it comes to this, because it's just a foundation, and then you go and you spread like tendrils to go find, it's like, oh, well, what about this? Or in this location, does this happen? Or who is someone who has worked with it? I mean, it's like never ending. And so I am super inspired to be working out of this book this year. We're about halfway there. I knew this video was gonna be super long, but I really enjoy watching videos of people's hauls just so I can get different ideas. But moving along through art, I got the next two of the Draw Right Now series. Luna absolutely loves this, and we actually work on this together. I have my own notebook and she does too, and we worked through the other two books before, and we absolutely loved it. I don't know if y'all are familiar with this series, but there's like a little picture and then some copy work to do, and it kind of shows you how to draw each picture. And this one is polar regions, Arctic and the Antarctic, and then this one is animals and habitats on land, ponds, rivers, and ocean. And it's just super cute, and Luna loves to draw, and so this is just like a wonderful way for us to sit together and doodle and learn how to draw what is this one, a crane, and a blue heron. And it's just really fun, and she gets to practice those skills, we get to doodle, it's all in good fun. These two I was super excited about. We got these, pretty sure we got these for Christmas, but I just wanted to include these. These are Animals in Art, and this one is ABCs of Art, and it is a beautiful board book series. I think there's one more in the series, and it might be Numbers in Art, and it is just stunning. Just absolutely stunning. Piece of work, the letter with the word, and then some information at the bottom. Fish live in bodies of water, here and there. And then it tells you about the artist and when it was created, and it's just beautiful. It's a great way to anchor yourself into something, and again, just flow. It's like, oh, why did this person create this? What was their inspiration? What style of art were they working in? Where are they from? It's endless, it's endless. And yeah, and then we have the ABCs in Art, which is essentially the same thing. And we absolutely love these. So if y'all been following me for a while, y'all know that we do a lot of decolonial work when it comes to our homeschooling, not toting whitewashed history, and so we were really thrilled to be able to get our hands on a copy of this. Again, we found this and it was secondhand, so this one was $19.95. I know that it retails for a lot more than that, so I was super pumped to be able to find this. Moving along to math, I found this little percentage fraction flipper. We actually have the place value one of this, and I also found this at the Homeschool store secondhand. So it's just a really cutesy way to be able to physically see fractions and percentages. And then this one also at the same place. It's pieces, part, and portion, and it takes all of these things. It's like, what is 1/11 of a soccer team? And it gives you the percentage and the decimals for it. So really neat visual. Speaking of visual, we got the visual guide to math. As I said, I got both of these, the grammar and the math one. Just a really, really nice way to introduce the kiddos to topics that might seem a little daunting at first, but that DK is able to really break down and visually explain in a way that's very cohesive, not scary, and to the point, which is really important. So I'm kind of working with those fractions as well. And this is the Life of Fred Elementary series. I found this at the Homeschool store. It was on the secondhand side, and I was really pumped. I will do a flip through of these because I believe this is the complete elementary series. But this is kind of like the grammar book that I showed earlier, where it's a story of Fred. It's a story, but with math. And so I'm really thrilled. This is gonna be an entire flip through because this video is already obnoxiously long to begin with. And so I really wanna dig in and show y'all more details about this because I was so pumped when I found out about this series. And then when I spotted it at the secondhand Homeschool store, I got the entire thing. Okay, we're reaching the end. So I got lenguaje, grado número 3, in El Salvador. When we were in El Salvador, I got the 3rd grade grammar book in Espanol. And so I'm super excited to start this one with Luna. Luna has very basic fundamentals of reading and writing in Espanol, but this is like next level, you know, grammar formation and all of that stuff. So I'm really excited to kind of put that into place. And then also at the thrift store, we found these verb flashcards in Espanol, just to be able to kind of make it a little bit more fun and engaging. And then we found this Montessori Spanish work as well. This one looks really, really cute and simple. You know, the three-part cards that we work with in Montessori a lot. She's able to color it and place everything where it goes. We are at the end, y'all. We got our hands secondhand on the Charlotte Mason Elementary Arithmetic. And these books are beautiful. Like, this is like a real book, and it's a math book. So I was really pumped about that. I had seen this online and I saw a bunch of flip throughs, and I felt like it really, really fit into our philosophy of kind of how we were handling this. I really, really like to focus on real life math. I know that so many people, myself included, in school struggled in math because we didn't see the application for it at all. And we use math every day. Every single day. And so being able to show the kids that and have them be excited about that is like so critical for me, for them to not be bummed out about it or frustrated by it, seeing it's something as a tool that we have, this amazing tool that we have to navigate the world. And so this is a very, very simple open and go kind of like talking out based of math. I was really, really excited about these, and I might do a flip through of these just because I got the 1 and the 2 to be able to work with Luna and Quali. And last but not least, we have our Math with Confidence series. So Luna had already worked with this, and so I got Quali just the new little workbook with this, and then also I got her the Math with Confidence 2nd grade. And so Quali will be working out of the kindergarten one, and Luna will be working out of the 2nd grade one. And I love this series. It's so great, very hands-on. It's not a lot of drilling and more just mastering things as you're going along. Very gentle approach, which again, we love to learn. I want that to be the hyper focus when it comes to the kids' schooling. And so I feel so blessed to be able to have kiddos who just get so pumped about what it is that we're learning next and not dread the next step. I try to create an environment where they're really pumped about learning, because I also am very pumped about learning. And so I think that that's like one of the main things. Like, sure, these books are great. This is wonderful. I love watching these videos. I love sharing these videos. But at the end of the day, fostering that love of learning is like the #1 thing that you can do in terms of successful homeschooling. I started homeschooling Luna when she was like a baby, when she was like born. Like for us, everything is clase, everything is homeschool, whether that's cooking or cleaning or working outside or, you know, go and get groceries, whatever it is, like you can incorporate that love of learning, that inspiration, without it being drilling and boring and like dreadful of like, oh, we need to do this. And so, you know, like it doesn't have to be that way. As much as I love to share these things, I don't ever want people to think like, oh, I need to get this, I need to get this, I need to get this in order to have a really successful homeschool year. And it's literally not true. You can watch these videos and people can have all the coolest, cutest, most beautiful books, but if your kids and you aren't hyped and interested in them, then nothing is going to happen. I wanted to leave on that note, that all of these things are really inspiring and a lot of these tools are wonderful. Make sure that you're going about this in a beautiful and loving way, that your children are inspired to do this work and not just dreading to do every single thing. But that is it, y'all. I apologize in advance for how ridiculously long this video is, but like I said, I really wanted to share my finds with y'all. But if y'all have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Tlaska for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.